Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Online Karting League South Africa. This is our Juniors Division Round 3 at Zwartkops. Most of these gents just came back from the African Karting Cup or Championship from this past weekend, racing under the Rock banner, Mini Rock. A lot of these kids were in that event, and as I say, one of these kids that actually won it in the Mini Rock Championship African title there is Max Bossov with his Gazoo kart at the moment. So we've got another jam-packed grid, 16 karts in the MINIMAX. Another very exciting event being put down or on offer tonight once more. I'm Sean Option. I'll be taking you through tonight's proceedings, and hopefully these juniors will continue to put on a mega show like they have in the past. Let's have a look. Young Jensen Diaz coming out of the pits in his Kart Republic. Will Jensen Diaz be able to move up on the grid? So far he's 2 seconds off the pace, so not really a lot of speed from Jensen. I don't think he's done a lot of laps though. However, if we look at the first all the way down to 15th, split by 7 tenths, just a little bit less than 8 tenths, so mega pace from a lot of these kids. Consistent. Keenan Duplessis is leading the way though, with Max Bossov in second place. And then Ruan Victor, who is the championship leader as it stands, in third. And then Ashai Nagura in fourth. We've got 3 more minutes to go, and then we're going to head into qualifying. The track is starting to get rubbered in properly. So the kids have been online for the last, I think it's 40 minutes, laying down the rubber. Obviously not driving during the driver's briefing, but they have been putting down a lot of rubber on track. So Aaron Mason now in his RPM kart. Mason trying to get his championship well underway with a good result. And then we have, that's Alexander Pricevic in 10th at the moment, also driving with the RPM banner. And then Deacon Olivier clipping the curb and going a little bit off-road there. And then young Paul Oosthuizen, part of the War Motorsports team. Paul Oosthuizen is, of course, in the Namibia setup. And I believe he's the only outsider from a South African league perspective. Nobody else from neighboring countries racing in the mini league at the moment, and that's something we'll have to change very soon. On board with Deacon Olivier once more. He's currently in 5th place, 3 tenths of the pace. Let's have a quick look at what the championship standings will look like. I'll just read it out to everybody. If I can just open the correct tab. There we go. So Ruan Victor from Plus Minus Racing, currently the youngest karter on the grid. No, I'm lying. Jensen Diaz is the youngest, but he's 8 years old in first place in the championship. It's also his rookie season. He's currently got 50 points as we kick over into qualifying. Deacon Olivier, 42 points in second. Alexander Pricevic in 32. Then Diego Antunes in 30 points, followed by Sebastian Ferreira, 25. Then Mason, Aaron Mason, 24. Ashai Nagura, who's been leading all the races, but unfortunate bad luck taking him out of the winning position in the last 2 races. He's got 22. So will Ashai Nagura pick up where he left off with the pace side of things, and will he be able to shake those unfortunate bad luck runs that he's had in the first 2 races? We were on board with Mateo Mason, who was of course the champion 2 years ago, only to be beaten by his brother last year, Manox Mason. And will they be able to get a proper go at this championship for this season? We'll follow Mason, who's going to be the first guy to start a lap, I believe. Manox Mason, part of RKT. He's got his old helmet on his virtual head at the moment, sporting the CRG, although Mateo Mason is well, he has moved up to the OKJ series, but still, according to our age regulations, he is part of the junior setup. Although he would have the pace to move up, it just gets too late because of his age. They only start at 8 o'clock in the evening. So, yeah, so Matteo Mason. Oh, there's a couple guys that already finished their first lap. Maddox Mason leading the way at 47.3. Where does Matteo get himself in a 47.2? Taking that away from his brother. Then further down in the form of Keenan Duplessis. He's in third place. Let's just see if we can follow the guys as they cross the line. Who will be the next one to cross the line? Maddox Mason. Nope, not moving up. Who are we following there? This is Riley van Staden. Oops, and we just lagged off of Riley van Staden. Maybe he's got some internet problems. Second off the pace there. Then Prizovic in 9th place as it stands. Interestingly enough, Matteo Mason still leading the way with a 47.2. I think the kids were all quicker than that in their practice session. 46ers should be on offer. There we go, Max Boshoff getting the first quick lap, first one into the 46ers. Max Boshoff he's part of the Extreme Racing team, running with a Kazoo Junior Academy livery. Boshoff putting a good first banker lap in there, or first proper pace lap rather. Alright, let's follow Juan Victor for his lap. Oh, as Keenan Duplessis comes out of the pit, so immediately battling Juan Victor there for some reason. Let's see what Juan Victor is going to be able to do. Crossing the line very shortly. Max Boshoff still in first place. Sebastian Ferreira in second now, with Deacon Holyfield in fourth. So a couple of the Formula K drivers in second and third. That's amazing. Juan Victor is currently 2/10 off the pace. Maddox Mason moving himself up into third place now. Mason, one of three Masons, the two brothers Maddox and Matteo, and then Aaron Mason from Cape Town. So a lot of the same surnames popping up in the karting scene. Seems to be something very special with that surname, clearly, as these kids are all really quick in real life. Max Boshoff going to cross the line now. Will he improve on his 46.970? No, he does not. Mason. So guys are so close to each other on the track, I can't keep up with who's crossing the line at which time. Jensen Diaz, 1.5 seconds of the pace. Paul Wisters in 1.1. Riley van Staden just below 1 second. We're now on board with Diego and Tunes in his Praga. Diego also one of the rookies in the season. I believe Diego, Sebastian Geldenays, Aaron Mason, Juan Victor, Alexander Prizovic, Max Boshoff, all new to Online Karting League. So all of them are, there's a proper rookie grid tonight, so that's very, very cool. And so far, top honors goes to Juan Victor in the championship for the rookies as well as the overall standings. But Max Boshoff only 7 milliseconds off the pace of the current leader, Ashai Nagura, 46.890. So Ashai Nagura stamping down his authority now. And like we've seen, oh, look at him tuck. He's trying to maximize his lap times as much as he can. Right, Nagura will now cross the line. Will anybody be able to... Oop, as I say that, Max Boshoff pips that lap. And he's done a 46.709. Will Nagura improve? He does, but not move up. He just got a little bit out of his time there. So it's the battle between Boshoff and Nagura. Keenan Duplessis not off the pace as well. So the boys are having a proper go at it. A couple of the 4-stroke guys mixing it with the 2-stroke boys. Just shows you that the simulator, the great equalizer, it's all about who can be consistent, who gets to understand how these carts work, and who can post the best possible lap at any given time. Following Du Plessis now, grabbing a proper toe there from Mason. He's going to try and send it. He's going to push Mason a little bit wide and maximize his exit. Keenan Du Plessis crossing the line now in second place. 77 milliseconds off the pace there, so proper close battle it is. 210 splitting 1 to 5. Ashai Nagura trying to get into the toe and maximize his lap times as well. Obviously, you don't want to be sitting in a toe and then the guys fight each other and you lose all your lap time, but Ashai Nagura just staying a little bit further back and trying to improve on his lap. Max Borsov, I think, is having a battle with somebody on track. Two of the Formula K drivers in front of him, Sebastian Ferreira and Deacon Willifeed. Borsov crossing the line now, not improving. Deacon Willifeed is still in 4th place, and Ferreira is in 6th place as it stands. Mateo Mason trying to improve. His brother still leading him in 8th and 9th respectively. We're once on board with Ashai. He's trying to maybe get a toe off Mateo Mason. Further down is Diego Antunes in 11th place. Oh, and he spins it out. Definitely not the fastest way around the track. Jensen Diaz still trying to maximize his lap times, not getting there as of yet. Paul Westhuizen from War Motorsports is in 15th, also very new to this whole setup. Beautiful looking kart as Paul Westhuizen in his War Motorsports livery. And Tune's not improving, half a second off the pace. Pricevic still in 7th. And then that is Maddox Mason in 9th still as it stands. Riley van Staden next across the line. Van Staden still further down. And then Sebastian Gelderneys in 13th place. Aaron Mason. Where is Aaron Mason on the timing sheets? In 12th place, unfortunately. Santiago Freid is currently in 9th place. We've gotten into our final minute, 40 seconds now, rather. Sebastian Ferreira with his Formula K kart. Is he going to be able to move himself up the grid? He's in 6th place already, so not too bad. Let's have a look for the next people to cross the line. Nagura not improving. He still has time to start another lap. And then Santiago Freid. Who's next? Deacon Willifeed not improving. Same with Ferreira. Du Plessis in 2nd place still. Max Borsov leading the way. 2/10. That's a big margin for Borsov. And Ruan Victor in 4th place. That's the end of his qualifying. Mateo Mason going to cross his line to finish off his qualifying now. Mateo is in 10th place. Jensen Diaz at the back. Unfortunately, Maddox in 6th place. Diego Antunes will finish his qualifying in 11th. Paul Westhuizen in 15th. Gelderneys will finish. Oh, Gelderneys moves himself up into 9th place. So a BMT there by Gelderneys, moving up a couple positions. And then Aaron Mason in 13th. Freid did finish his qualifying in 10th place. Deacon Willifeed done with his qualifying in 5th place. And then Ferreira right behind him in 6th. And that's all the drivers done. And that's qualifying over and done with. That was quick. Alright, and we're going to go straight into the pre-final. This is a 8-lap pre-final, I believe. So it will be go by very quickly. Just see all these MINIMAX engines just idle away, and the guys revving it up a bit. And I just lost all sound. Oh, never mind, that was on my side. Sorry about that. I thought my game crashed for a moment. I think I pressed the wrong button. Alright, so pole position goes to Max Boshoff. Right on his side, on the outside, will be Keenan du Plessis. Then on the second row is Ashai Nagura versus Ruan Victor. So just a rinse and repeat from last week. These four guys up in front once more. Riley van Staden getting a disqualification. So that will be a... oh, there goes Matteo Mason. That will be a restart. That will be called by the COC. There we go. So guys, who do you think is going to win? Oh, Riley van Staden immediately getting a DSQ. There'll be another restart. Or will they? Yeah. So how this works is there's 3 restarts. If after the third restart, carts are getting disqualifications on grid, we'll go without them. So that's the van Staden getting is another restart. Just checking the ping if he's maybe got some ping problems. It does seem like it's going up and down, up and down. Yeah, so Riley van Staden, oh, look at that ping, the internet going up to 800. He's running to the moon and back with that milliseconds response rate. Not ideal for van Staden there, so that's going to 100% get another disqualification. Yeah, van Staden's got proper ping. He will miss this for race. Right, so unfortunately van Staden's got internet problems, it seems. Riley van Staden has been disqualified for a jump start due to ping problems. So we'll only start with 15 carts. Another packed grid though for the minis, or the MINIMAX carts. Definitely going to have to work on getting some paints up for these helmets. Too many of the white helmets, and I know these kids all have helmets in real life. So parents, let's get their helmets in the rig. Get them up and running. Alright, once again, who do you guys think is going to take the... oh, here we go, start sequence already. We're now on board with Max Boshoff, who's going to take lead. Oh, Max Boshoff getting a little bit of a jump start there. Will he get away with it? Alright, that's the start of the race. Max Boshoff might have gotten away with it, parked his car just in time. Getting into PC on the outside, going to have a better start. Oh, you're going to see Ashai Nagura send it down the inside and push Boshoff out immediately. Try and move up into second place. Oh, and once again... Keenan du Plessis and Ashai Nagura clip bumpers and off he goes. It does seem like Nagura caught his cart. Proper magician. That is by Ashai Nagura getting that cart facing the right way. 360 and on his way he goes. I see the two Masons, two brothers having a fight on the track as well. Matteo had a good start, moved himself up a couple positions. And he's already right behind his brother Maddox Mason. And then just behind him, oh, is that Ashai Nagura clipping? That is Ashai clipping Sebastian Geldenhuis. And Geldenhuis seems to get his cart stuck. Oh, he got it off, but that's an unsafe rejoin. Geldenhuis rejoining the track in a very, very dangerous manner. And that will definitely get him disqualified from the pre-final. So we've got Max Boshoff leading the way from... ooh, more carts going off in the back. What's going on? The juniors are taking each other out left, right, and center. Spinning here is Sebastian Ferreira, unfortunately. We are currently on board with Ruan Victor, trying to keep it nice and clean and stay out of the trouble. And he is moving along. Some carts lost his nose cone there, unfortunately. And Tunes now, Diego and Tunes in 8th place as it stands. Both Maddox and Matteo Mason retired from the race. Oh, we've got a bunch of retired carts already. Ferreira now sending it down the inside of Jensen Diaz, who doesn't have a good run on the exit there. Oh, these carts are sidepod shuffling. A cutback there by Ferreira. Perfect cutback. Frey trying to get past Jensen Diaz there as well. Not happening as it stands. We'll just go back to the front. And we see Boshoff and Keenan du Plessis breaking away from the pack with Juan Victor in third place. And then I believe it is Diego and Tunes in fourth. Just keeping it clean, and you'll move yourself up the pack by quite a big lump of carts. And then just further back, right behind them, is a battle between Ferreira, Jensen Diaz, and that is Santiago Freire, I believe. It does seem to have some time penalties there. And then Ashai Nagura. Oh no, that's Alexander Prizovic with... No, that is Nagura with Prizovic just behind him. Or Oosthuizen, and no, that is Prizovic did get past Oosthuizen. Also moving up by quite a big margin is 4 carts retired, 1 disqualified. So not the greatest of starts for the juniors, if I'm honest. But still, we're going to move back to the pack in front, because it does seem like Keenan du Plessis is starting to catch Max Boshoff. So du Plessis versus Boshoff now. Praga versus Kazoo. And Juan Victor just behind him, not really keeping tabs with him as it stands, but in third place nonetheless. That's a good position to start for the final. Lap 5 of 8 done. Now Keenan du Plessis is all over the back of Max Boshoff. He's now got a proper toe. He's going to have a rundown on into the first corner. Getting a good toe there. He's just going to bump draft him. He's going to just give him a little bit of a love tap, letting him know that he is there. Not going to send it as of yet. Maybe he'll send it into the turn number 2. Heading down towards the bridge. Nope. He doesn't want to do that as of yet. So, seems like Keenan du Plessis is pretty much wise to the attack. He's going to choose his fight. And Max Boshoff will be no stranger to leading on Zwartkops from this past weekend, leading most of the races. I think apart from the last race, which was led by Declan Jurgens. So Boshoff knows what's going to happen. He knows how to defend, and he definitely knows how to lead on Zwartkops. This, of course, is the virtual version. Pre-laser scan though. Oh, here we go. Du Plessis. Nope, just another love tap. This is the only track remaining on the OKL product list for South African tracks. It's not replaced or not laser scanned as of yet. This is on our list of things to do. We already have the data, so no worries about that. We just need to rebuild this one as well. Here we go now. Oh, it looked like du Plessis was just looking, showing his nose cone on the inside there, but decided to pull out of that. Du Plessis is all over Max Boshoff as it stands, though. 2 completely different lines through there. This is a 4-stroke boykie versus a 2-stroke boykie. Who will reign supreme in the pre-final? Start of the final lap. 1/10 is the gap. Du Plessis keeping it nice and clean. Is he going to try and send one out? This is probably the time. You see Boshoff moving to the inside. Very defensive. Oh, no! Boshoff being clipped on the outside by... Oh, he got stuck. Does Boshoff have a push button? He does not, so that's going to not be great. Seems like the second cart that du Plessis clipped on the rear, unfortunately. I don't know if I can put the blame on du Plessis there. It does seem like Boshoff did move his cart over a little bit more than what was needed. Not necessarily realizing that there's a cart on the outside, but we'll leave that for the stewards. Apart from that unfortunate incident, it was a very good race between Boshoff and du Plessis though. And then, as we've come accustomed to picking up the spoils once more, is Juan Victor. Then Diego and Tunes will come and cross the line in third place, with Ferreira in fourth. Now Ashai Nagura made a good comeback drive in fifth place. Then we have Santiago Freire. Paul Oosthuizen, and look at all the retired carts. Guys making mistakes on the last lap. That's unfortunate from the youngsters. Nonetheless, very, very good race though. It was super, super good. Proper battling between the two up front. And it is worth noting these kids are very, very young. Very young. We've got, let's quickly just have a look at our list here. Diego Antunes, 9 years old. Duplessis, 11. Ferreira, 11. Mason, Aaron Mason, 10. Olivier, 11. Jensen Diaz, 7 years old. Frey, 10. Ruan Victor, 8. Paul Oosthuizen, 10 years old. Pricevic, 10 years old. Boshoff, 10. Gelderneys, 11. Maddox Mason, 8. Matteo Mason, 10. Riley van Staden, 8 years old. So, young drivers getting into the karting scene, or the simulation scene rather, from a very, very young age. And this is what Online Karting League wants to offer, is to give the kids the opportunity to get into sim racing from a very, very younger age than what you would see traditionally. So super, super cool to see the boys get in and race. That was a good race. What do you guys think is going to happen in the final? Borsov has a huge mountain to climb in 8th place. He's going to have to navigate that mid-pack fight. First couple. Look at Riley van Staden's ping, and Sman's running to Mars and back with that ping. 1,500 ping, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I've been talking to myself for the last minute or so. Apologies about that. Multitasking is not my strong suit, so I unfortunately pressed mute while reading a message on the side there, so that's unfortunate. Sorry about that. So let's have a look. Kieran Duplessis will be leading the way with Ruan Victor, and then I think just maybe a little bit out of place, but because of clean and consistent driving, Diego Antunes will find himself in 3rd place. Will the likes of Boshoff in 8th be able to navigate past Freyd, Oosthuizen, Ferreira and Tunes to move himself up into the front part of the pack, where he was most of this race up until the last lap? Only time will tell, I suppose. But this is a proper shuffled grid. We are going into our starting sequence now. We are currently on board with Keenan Duplessis, Ruan Victor. They will be leading the way. Start sequence done and dusted. That is, the lights out and away we go. Good start by Ruan Victor on the outside. Keenan Duplessis does have the inside covered though, with Ferreira in 3rd place. Duplessis, ooh, Ferreira sending it down the inside way too hard. Just giving Ruan Victor proper love tap there. Just letting him know, listen, yeah, you need to pick up the pace or I'll send it. Ashai Nagura moving himself up into 2nd, pushing Ruan Victor out as well. Ruan Victor being falling victim to an unfortunate sequence of events. But look at Max Boshoff up into 3rd, causing chaos there a little bit. Some of the carts spinning out, getting into the corner way too hot. Boshoff versus Matteo Mason now. And just behind him, ooh, RPM boys, Mason. Ooh, we saw a cart flip there in the back, unfortunately. Very shaky start from the juniors this time around. Seems like Zwartkops is not the track for some of these boys. Juan Victor, unfortunately, going all the way down. Did he get a time penalty as well? No, he didn't. Just unfortunate scenario for Juan Victor, moving himself to the back of the pack almost. But clean start by Keenan du Plessis, leading the way. And now it's all about du Plessis versus Nagura. Will Ashai Nagura be able to catch him? If Ashai's pace is anything to go by, yes, he will see and get into the slipstream of du Plessis very soon. And then we've got Santiago Freid in third place with Ferreira in fourth. Max Boshoff in fifth. Ferreira going a tighter line through the first corner. Freid running a little bit wider. Oh, down the inside goes Ferreira. And Freid. Ooh, Freid's fighting back in this one. Both of them going at it. Under the bridge. It's going to open the door for Max Boshoff to send it down the inside. No, Max might just hang off a little bit. Just to give these guys the opportunity to take each other out and move himself up a couple positions. Good racing so far between these youngsters. Boshoff is being held up though. You can feel Boshoff's pain. Boshoff knows he needs to move past them very quickly. Will he be able to send it down the inside here? Oh, and Freid climbs the curb and bumps Ferreira off into the side, off the track there for a moment. And then down the inside goes Boshoff, moving himself up 2 positions. And Matteo Mason now coming at Sebastian Ferreira. Ferreira defending very, very aggressively there. I see the cart of 301 Maddox Mason losing some momentum on the track there, unfortunately. Ooh, Matteo Mason's going to send it down the inside into the double right-hander. Perfect, send it. And over the bridge he goes up 1 more position. I want to go to the leading pack, or the leading battle between Nagura and Keenan du Plessis. Look at Ashai Nagura just tucking, trying to maximize his pace down the straight. Boshoff currently in 3rd place. So, Ashai Nagura just giving Keenan du Plessis a little bit of a love tap. Du Plessis having a proper defense. Sending it down the inside now is Ashai Nagura moving up 1 position. Just letting Du Plessis know that I'm going to try and reign supreme tonight. Hopefully his string of bad luck will get out of the way and he will show his true pace and get his title fight on a proper go. Ashai Nagura. But Keenan du Plessis is not ready to let this one go as of yet. Keenan du Plessis is going to send it down the inside. Both of them running a very high and late apex into the final corner. Du Plessis just giving Nagura a little bit of a bumper tap there. Forcing him to run wide and moving himself up into 1st place once more. What do we have on offer between these 2 guys? Will Max Boshoff be able to catch them? Max Boshoff only 2 seconds off the pace. Not far off, and these 2 have been battling for the last couple laps, which means their lap times will come down. And Boshoff might be able to capitalize on that. Now Ashai Nagura got a proper run over the bridge. He's going to send it down into the last corner. Yes, he is going to send it down the inside into the final corner there. Once more, Ashai Nagura gets himself past Keenan du Plessis, and Keenan du Plessis' exit was compromised completely. And now he's gonna have to get back into that toe and try and make up that time lost. The Mini 60s toe, or the MINIMAX toe, is crazy. So he would be able to do a proper catch up there. I just want to move back here. I see a battle here between... That is Aaron Mason and Sebastian Ferreira. As I say that, the gap just opens up once more, and we'll go back to where it's close. And that is as close as it can get up front. Now Keenan du Plessis seems like he's got a good run over the bridge. He's in the toe. And into the final corner we go once more. Du Plessis taking the wider route, trying to get a better exit, and he's going to try and do a rundown into the 1st corner. No, Du Plessis, yeah, he does once more just that. Ooh, Du Plessis getting hooked onto the curb there. And that would have lost him a lot of time, which would open the door for Max Boshoff now. Max Boshoff will go into the toe of Keenan du Plessis and potentially get himself up into 2nd place. Borsov seems like he doesn't have the pace to mount a fight up front as of yet, but he is close due to that mistake. Oh, I see some back markers coming into play. 3-2-5 of Jensen Diaz. Hopefully Jensen Diaz will stay out of the way of Ashai Nagura. Lap 8 of 11 done. Look at Jensen Diaz moving his cart, almost parking it on the track to make sure he doesn't get into the way of the leading pack. And that's really good driving there from Jensen Diaz. Nice awareness. I see a battle brewing once more, just further back. Is this? Yeah, by Antunes, Ferreira, and Aaron Mason, that is. Ooh, Ferreira's going to send it down. Ooh, Antunes going very defensive. Ferreira's going to try and squeeze it in onto the inside. Proper cutback there by Antunes, but he's going to get himself onto the outside. Try and do a double cutback, it seems. And now Antunes is going to have a proper run uphill. Oh, and he clips the rear of Ferreira. Wow, Ferreira has really been in the battles tonight, unfortunately. Down the inside comes Ruan Victor, moving himself up a position. Ruan Victor only in 9th place, not ideal. Oh, late send there by Sebastian Ferreira. And Ruan Victor, proper cutback. Just letting him go through and just sending it back down the inside. And then once more, Ferreira late on the brakes. Can't help but think there's a little bit of frustration seeping through the head of Ferreira. And his passing doesn't seem to be the cleanest at the moment. Ruan Victor doesn't want anything to do with that. It seems like it. He's just trying to hold off. Let's see what else is happening on track. Young Deacon Olivier not having a great night, unfortunately. He's going to send it down the inside of... well, everybody's lapping Jensen Diaz as it stands, unfortunately. Oh, and we are now on the start of our final lap. We'll just follow this. Ashai Nagura has got a little bit of a gap here. A good breathing room as it stands. Yeah, we'll follow Ashai Nagura. Ashai Nagura will start his final. Oh, he's done. Oh, just down the inside goes Max Borsov. He sends it down the inside into 2nd place. Proper run down there. No, Max Borsov into the last corner. He sends it and moves himself up into 2nd place. Ashai Nagura taking the top honors tonight, with Max Borsov with the last moment. Passing moment of brilliance there by Max Borsov, sending it down the inside, getting himself into 2nd place and maximizing his points. No pun intended there, by Borsov getting himself as much points as possible. And then in 3rd place, Keenan Duplessis, Diego Antunes in 4th, Aaron Mason, Paul Westhuizen in 6th place, Matteo Mason 7. What I want to do is just stop it so that if the server crashes, I can still save the replay. And then we've got Matteo Mason in 7th, Ruan Victor in 8th place, Sebastian Ferreira in 9th, Alexander Prajsovic in 10th place, Maddox Mason unfortunately not getting the evening that he wanted in 11th, as well as Deacon Olivier in 12th place. And then Sebastian Geldenays finishing in 13th, with Jensen Diaz a lap down in 14th. Santiago Freud unfortunately retiring, and Riley van Staden having a very bad set of internet issues during the course of the evening. Let's just save this, just in case my server doesn't save it. Alright guys, that is it. The final done. And like as we saved, the server crashes. So fantastic timing from my side. Guys, that's it from my side. That is the juniors race done and dusted. All the juniors, please feel free to get your penalty request or incident review request in. I'm assuming the fathers will do that. Great racing overall. There's been some unfortunate clipping of the rear tires between some of the juniors. Something they'll definitely have to work at. But overall, another packed grid, an action-packed race. And we will see you guys in an hour's time for the seniors at 8 o'clock. Don't go away for too long. Grab your popcorn, grab your beer, let the kids get a cool drink rather. And we will see